Yo, it's Bacardi Chris WCC. I'm back in the video with another ass video, man. How y'all been? Hope you been well, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, man. Eating healthy, you know what I'm saying? You see me with fruits and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Drink your water. Make sure you're protecting yourself, loving yourself, doing what you need to do. Yeah, let's keep getting this shit, man. You feel me? You know, these people above us they're trying every way to put fear in niggas, but it's not working. You know what I'm saying? So stay 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of what's going on. Love yourself. And have fun. Live your life to the fullest. Truly. Because trust me, this is not the end. You know what I'm saying? So today we got the truth is how OS secretly trapped millions of creators. Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy video. So without further ado, man, let's get to this bag. Hold on, let me make sure my audio right. My audio be
funny.
Okay, we good. Audio be playing both sides and shit. So, alright, get to it.
Witness the explosive rise of millions flocked to the site with hopes of getting filthy rich. By 2024, the company hit the absolute peak, becoming a multi-billion-dollar empire in the span of a few short years. This success was built entirely on the backs of creators lured by the promise of getting wealthy while taking control of their own bodies. With endless celebrity faces endorsing the brand, convincing young women to join was like taking candy from a baby. Millions signed up, completely unaware they had just fallen for a heavily disguised trap. While a select few at the top walked away with millions, the vast majority were left making less than minimum wage, permanently ruining their chances of ever landing a reputable job in the process. Today, we are revealing exactly how this company trapped millions of creators without them ever even knowing it, leaving them broke with a permanent stain on their reputation. While the industry this company operates in has been around since the beginning of time, they managed to do something that has never been achieved before. They were able to turn this frowned upon job, which was a backdoor under the table service, into a global, widely accepted mainstream career path that was absolutely everywhere. Women in those industries once hid their involvement out of embarrassment or shame, into a highly desirable path for young women to get rich fast. How they did it was seriously questionable. The company utilized the same classic strategy many major corporations have been doing for years. They used the most influential people to do all the heavy lifting. This was the first step in their plan. There were 3 crucial steps they took to trap millions of creators. The first step was the complete rebranding of the industry. They had to find a way to remove the negative stigma behind this sort of work and make it desirable and acceptable to the average person. They did this by turning celebrities into walking billboards for their brand. By privately cutting deals with some of the biggest influential names in the world, they created the exact perspective and demand they needed to get people on the platform. In the early days of the site, we saw many celebrities jump on board to promote it. Massive rap icons like Cardi B and Hollywood stars like Bella Thorne quickly turned the site into the hot new place to get rich quick. The way they promoted the site was highly strategic and incredibly manipulative. They abandoned the traditional branding known for this industry and repackaged it as a tool for independent women to make money while taking control of their bodies. They were told that this was a liberating path to financial freedom. It was marketed by every influencer and celebrity as the ultimate way for a woman to secure a bag without needing a man. The company even started tying itself to the feminist movement. When impressionable young women saw their idols telling them this was fully accepted by society, a guaranteed way to get rich, and a
like this shit did so much damage just in general. Like, not even like mainly towards the women, the men too. Like, this shit, would the world be the same right now, nigga? No, it wouldn't be. I don't know why you asked that dumb ass question. It wouldn't be. Cause for some reason this shit just this project just failed, and you feel me, at the right times, 2020, just the best time just to get you niggas. Same for these women too, you know what I'm saying? Trust and believe when I ain't gonna cap. Trust and believe when I was on my gun and shit, nigga, bruh, I was not on no. You feel me? Shit. A lot of sites fuck around and get that shit for free. You get that shit for free 99. What the fuck? But you niggas, hey, no cap. I'm just being real. You feel me? When I used to, you feel me, be on my goon shit. You know how you niggas was paying, nigga. You feel me? Ain't no cap on some real nigga shit though. You feel me? It was one time I did pay, but like the shit was like $4.99. Like that's the only time I canceled the subscription right after. No cap, nigga. I ain't gonna cap. Like I did it before. I ain't gonna lie. Cause this shit, like I said, the shit was $45. I'm like, nigga. So I had to see the hype. So I had to see the hype. I'm like, what's this going on? And I seen it. I'm like, damn. I'm like, so you gotta pay just to pay more. Like, nigga, goddamn. Like, you alright. After that, nigga, I ain't never do that shit again, though. You feel me? But yeah, that shit crazy, man. That shit fucked the game up. It's some niggas that be paying $50 a month, $100. Like, nigga, oh my god. Being y'all last for 7.
Instead of taking back their bodies, they came rushing in, and the site grew immensely overnight. Now, it wasn't just young girls trying to make some extra money. Regular everyday women began posting on the site, with one teacher eventually getting exposed for using her middle school classroom as a set to film her content. It seemed like everybody wanted in. Once they turned the site into the hot new trend, it was time to keep people on the platform.
No. We not finna skip like he didn't just say the classroom. The classroom, bitch?
Using her middle school classroom as a set to film her content, it seemed like everybody wanted in. Once they turned the site into the hot new trend, it was time to keep people on the platform. They did this by creating the illusion that anyone can get rich, which is step 2. Not long after people started flocking to the site, creators began flexing how much they were making every chance they got. It was almost like they were advised to brag about their earnings or something. Bella Thorne famously crashed the site and made $1 million in her first 24 hours. Blac Chyna allegedly made $20 million a month at her peak, but it was Danielle Bregoli, also known as Bad Baby, who took things even further, reportedly making $4 million in her first day.
When we first started, I made $1 million in 6 hours, and by the end of the day, it was at like $4 million. And now, overall, the net on it is like 75.
Her entire debut on the site relied entirely on her coming-of-age birthday, which many all over the world desperately waited for. They were so interested in seeing her cross the mark, they wasted...
Like, niggas real life was pre-ordering her shit, man. I still remember that. Like, all niggas, man. Like, oh. Like, some niggas, man, y'all cannot be saved. That's all I can necessarily say. Niggas was literally waiting until she turned 18. This is like, what are we doing with our lives? Nigga, if I realized the shit we were doing 8 years ago, nigga, compared to the shit now, nigga, you'll be disappointed in yourself, nigga. Okay.
$4 million in one day. Soon after,
niggas just ridiculous. We went from being in pyramids with niggas paying for OnlyFans and shit. Like, oh my god. Niggas been in Atlantis or some shit right now. But now I'm on, man, this shit crazy.
The success stories kept piling up. Iggy Azalea was making over $9 million a month. Lil Tay later mirrored this disturbing trend, flexing about clearing $1 million in just 3 hours immediately after joining. It seemed like everyone was making millions by posting. If reshaping the stigma behind the industry was setting the trap, this is the moment when the trap snapped shut. With all of these success stories, women had the incentive they needed to post the content they were likely too embarrassed to post. Seeing these women make millions overnight gave them every reason to take that risk. Who cares if some people would judge them or if they can never get a real job again as long as they get rich? Soon, everyone with a profile was gonna be able to get rich. Well, everyone except for 99% of the people who made accounts. While some people did make millions on the site, most of those reports were proven to be extremely exaggerated, either to promote the site itself or to build their personal page by creating artificial hype.
So all this shit was propaganda. Oh my god, of course. Of course. This is why you can't believe everything you see on the internet. No way, man.
Either way, most people weren't making as much as they claimed. But the people who really weren't making any money were everyone else who didn't have a massive online following. Some celebrities easily made millions because they were already famous. Millions of people were already interested in them. But the average person with no social media followers was guaranteed to make almost no money. Statistical data from 2024 to 2026 indicates that most creators earn far less than a full-time minimum wage salary. The median account earns approximately $150 to $180 per month. Since this is the median, 50% of all creators earn this amount or less. For a full-time job in the US, even a low federal minimum wage equates to roughly $1,250 per month. Only about 3 to 4% of creators earn more than this amount. But you know who is guaranteed to make lots of money? The company. In 2024, after paying out 80% to creators, the platform retained $1.41 billion in net revenue. You may think, how did they make so much money if most creators on the platform are barely making enough in a month to cover a dinner for two? Well, they take a cut from every single person that posts, whether it be a person making $100 a month or $4 million in a month. Considering there are over 4.6 million creators on the platform, you can see how they were able to make billions of dollars quite easily. The company turned millions of women into their assets, bringing in non-stop money. While the company gets richer, the creators who are in the bottom 90% throw away their futures for a couple of dollars a day. This pushed many creators to the point of no return. Once a creator realizes they aren't making the millions they were promised, the logical choice would be to simply delete the app and walk away. But the site designed a system where leaving means facing the permanent consequences of the internet. When you make an account and post the first piece of content, your digital footprint is permanently altered. Third-party websites instantly archive everything uploaded to the platform. We all know the internet is forever. When you apply for a job after posting on the site does not work out, a simple search can lead employers directly to your profile. Not only might it be embarrassing, but in most cases, it can cost you your job. This means these creators usually have nowhere else to go. Either they stay on the site or they explore the darker traditional side of this industry. Because these average creators are barely scraping by, making that $150 a month, desperation sets in. The platform internal ranking system heavily favors high-frequency posting and consistent engagement. To compete with the 4.6 million other creators on the site, they are forced to push their personal boundaries further and further. They start offering more extreme content for less money just to keep the few paying subscribers they managed to get. The independence they were promised completely vanishes. They become totally bound to a digital algorithm forced to consistently produce just to maintain a poverty-level wage. The company essentially built a one-way door. They invited millions of women in with the promise of taking back their power, took their 20% cut of every single transaction, and left them permanently trapped in a digital cage they can never fully escape. Just like that, the corporations created a new thriving billion-dollar industry off the backs of small creators who would never make enough to even get by. This brings us to the third and final step of the trap. The company had gotten the creators and now needed to draw in the customers. They did this by tricking millions of lonely men into buying into a fake relationship. The platform trapped millions of young girls.
Yep. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Man, them niggas was getting motherfuckers in 2020. Still, though. I feel like it ain't. I feel like right now it shouldn't be as bad as motherfuckers getting got. But man, years ago, I'm telling you, motherfuckers swear they thought they was talking to somebody or something. The whole time it's a manager, a bot, or some shit. Like, nigga, man, y'all niggas.
And simultaneously hooked a massive audience of young men. The company marketed itself as the ultimate financial solution for young women. For men, it functioned as a direct evolution of the content they were already hooked on. They trapped female creators with the promise of endless money. Likewise, they trapped young lonely men with the promise of real intimate connection. Creators on traditional sites rarely interacted with the consumers of that content. But this site promised the consumers the ability to have a direct connection with these creators for a price. On this site, users could request a special video or give a big donation directly to their favorite creator with the push of a button. This created the false illusion that they had a connection with these creators. The creator, and especially the company, exploited this connection to milk every single dollar. Reports show some men tipped unbelievable amounts for private videos from these creators on top of their monthly subscription. Some of these lonely men are spending their entire paychecks on these creators. In California alone, residents spend approximately $350 million on subscription and tips in 1 year. This accounted for nearly 13% of the total US market. These young men were practically throwing their money at the site, searching for a connection they were never going to find. The sad reality is, the more they use the platform, the lonelier they become.
350 million, nigga.
The connection was strictly financial, leaving these young men with nothing the moment they ran out of money. They were left even lonelier than before. This unnatural relationship likely made it even harder for them to build genuine connections with people in the real world, further pushing them deeper and deeper into that content. The company created the perfect unsuspected trap. They convinced a generation of young women that selling their beauty was the peak of independence. At the exact same time, they convinced millions of young men that paying for a false digital relationship was a valid substitute for genuine human connection. Both sides were handed a carefully crafted illusion. The creators sacrificed their future reputations and potential careers for pennies.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
The consumers drained their bank accounts for a fleeting sense of intimacy that left them more isolated than before. While these two groups fed off each other's desperation, the corporations sat perfectly in the middle, collecting their 20% cut of every single transaction. This was a highly coordinated corporate operation. They took the oldest industry in the world, packaged it in modern empowerment marketing, and weaponized human loneliness to build a multi-billion-dollar empire. The empowerment narrative was simply the bait used to extract massive wealth from vulnerable people on both sides of the screen. This company changed the world forever, and the impact has been overwhelmingly negative. While a few celebrities got even richer, the rest were left with nothing but the reality that they were misled and tricked into abandoning their morals. Society as a whole was genuinely impacted by this industry. Many young girls are still operating off the false impression that they do not need to go to college or figure out a good career. They believe they can just go on the site and get rich. Many young men are being taught to avoid the pressure of finding real intimate connections and chase after the ones that they can buy for a few bucks. This company has fundamentally changed the way people see the world. In my opinion, the damage this is...
This is why niggas socially be awkward and all these type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't you talk to women? Some niggas you gotta put on the watch list. All because of this damn app. Because motherfuckers in 2020. And some niggas were originally even before that, but it kind of make this shit even worse. Like, way worse. Because it's just so ridiculous how you, man. I'm talking about niggas just dropping whole bags on chat bots and shit. Like, oh my God. So glad I was raised not to do no bot ass stupid shit like that, man.
Causing is irreversible. What is truly sad is that there are no signs of this stopping. Every day, more and more young girls are signing up and making the mistake of posting. Young men are putting in their credit card numbers, spending the little bit they have. At the end of it all, the company piles up billions while causing society to descend further. This is how they successfully trapped a generation and got rich while doing it. What do you think? Do you feel like the site was a negative as a whole for society? Or do you think the gain outweighs the loss? Also, let me know if you would like to see a part 2 to this video where I dive deeper into the industry as a whole, revealing how it is designed to trap young people from early ages. If this is something you want to see, comment part 2 below. And if you want to support unfiltered content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to join the truth movement. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey man, shout out to him. Banger video. Shout out to The Truth Is. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, one of the key things that ruin the environment and ruin like real relationships as well, because imagine how many great women were out there, but they just went to OL, so you feel me? They just put them in a different spotlight to the point where niggas, you feel me, man, can't necessarily respect them anymore. You know what I'm saying? it's just crazy how the shit works. Like, damn, bro. But yeah, it's your boy Carter Chris. Tell me about the video. Like, comment, subscribe, new. Yeah, it's your boy Carter Chris WCC. I'm out to be. Y'all stay safe, man. I love y'all. See you next time. I'm out.